Hi, I'm Tom Zelinka. Now, I'm just a beginner in the kitchen. In every episode of Carolina Cooking, I meet a different chef from a famous restaurant in the Carolinas who'll teach me to cook their secret recipes in just 30 minutes or less. Really good.
Welcome to Carolina Cooking, shot on location at the Mansion on Forsyth Park and the 700 Kitchen Cooking School. Now, here's your host, Tom Zelinka.
Hi, welcome to Carolina Cooking. I'm your host, Tom Zelinka. This is the show where we bring the best chefs from the best restaurants all around North and South Carolina, and we bring them here to teach you and me how to make their incredible recipes. And today, it's an easy one, folks. It's just pork and beans. Well, it's actually pan-roasted pork chops with homemade Chow Chow and baby mustard greens, and we're gonna learn how to make that in 30 minutes or less. I'm no chef, so I'm gonna need a lot of help to make this incredible plate right here. So we have brought in the executive chef from Mimosa Grill. Tom Condren is here to help us out. Tom, I appreciate you coming.
Thank you.
And that's a good name, by the way, Tom.
It
good,
is.
strong name.
It is,
Yes,
definitely.
absolutely. So we're making pork and beans, but not traditional open the can pork and beans, right?
No, not at all. And actually not even traditional pork. We're using a brand called Niman Ranch. This is where it comes from. It's organically farm raised. No, it's not injected with anything. This is the real stuff.
Okay.
All made from Berkshire hogs. Best hogs you can get.
This is the biggest darn pork chop I have ever seen.
It's a 14 ounce. It's a 14 ounce bone in.
Ooh, alrighty. And so where do we begin to make our pork and beans, our Niman Ranch pan roasted pork? Where do we begin?
Well, first of all, we're going to go ahead and make the beans. We'll
Okay.
go ahead and do that first. And to get the beans, we're going to add some great flavor to these beans.
Sure.
First of all, you want to go ahead and add a little bit of olive oil to your pan.
Okay, so what we have olive oil,
Right.
we have
This is just regular apple smoked bacon.
bacon,
And that stuff. This is a little fat back.
fat back right here.
And this is ham hock, with so much
ham
flavor.
hock.
Of course, the ham hock is cut from it's like the ossobuco of the pork. It's cut from a shank, and it's smoked. So it gives it a great flavor.
Oh yeah, you can already smell that it's smoked. And then of course we have
some cooked beans already.
northern white beans.
These are
is that
northern
right?
white beans.
Okay.
You can buy already cooked beans, or you can soak them overnight and cook them the next day.
Okay, and some
that's-
onions.
And onions, exactly.
Alrighty. And so what goes in the pan first? You
Well,
said olive oil,
Yeah,
right?
just a little bit of olive oil,
Okay.
just about a tablespoon in there.
All right.
That's great.
Calling it good?
Yep, good.
All right, tablespoon.
Okay. Right now, you're going to
Alrighty.
go ahead and add your bacon and your fat back.
The bacon
Just
in there?
Throw it in there whole.
Alright.
It's just sliced bacon. You
Okay.
Just throw that in there.
Ah,
And that. And go ahead and add your fat back to that.
fat back would be this one right here.
Correct,
Okay.
And go ahead and add your onions next.
Our onions. How much onions? All of it?
No, probably just, I'll help you there.
Okay.
That's enough onions right there.
Ooh, okay.
And you want to just go ahead and stir that around a little bit.
Okay. Oh,
Up.
little fire.
And we just want to basically sweat our onions down. So that you want to go ahead and add your bay leaves and your fresh thyme.
Right now?
Yep, you add about 3 bay leaves and about 3 or 4 swigs.
Bay
Just throw
leaves
them right
up
in
front
there.
in here. Do I have to crack them or
Nope,
anything?
just throw them right in.
Right there.
And
some
then your
fresh
thyme.
Do I have to strip them?
Nope, just throw that in there as
Okay.
well.
So that goes
Stir
in.
that in.
All right.
Now you're going to go ahead and add your beans.
Oh, alrighty. All of the beans?
Yep, go ahead and add all the
All
beans
right.
in there.
There we go.
Okay.
And now, could you use a can of beans, or would you buy the ones that are already hard there in the bag?
Well, you can buy canned beans, but it's going to take a lot shorter time.
Okay.
But if you get them dry and you soak them, and overnight, and then you cook them up with all this and let it cook. Unfortunately, it's going to take you a little longer than 30 minutes.
Okay.
It'll take you a couple hours. You can do it in a crock pot. Let that go in the morning.
Okay.
Come home and they're perfect.
Alrighty.
Now you want to add your ham hock to that.
Really?
Just
have
throw
to
that in there.
chop
whole.
it up or anything?
Nope. Just throw that in there.
Oops.
In the pot. Would be
In the
great.
pot. Okay, in the pot. See, you
Right.
didn't clarify that.
And then-
well, now that just looks kind of funny, huh?
That's okay. You just sit
All
that in
right.
there. Then what you got here is we made a little ham hock broth. And this is just ham hocks cooked down with water, fresh onions, carrots, celery.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just going to add that to it.
Alrighty.
Turn this on low.
Yep.
And we'll go ahead and put that up on the front.
And are we going to take the ham hock out of there?
We are.
Okay.
We are.
Alrighty.
And then you just want to go ahead and put that up on front. Now we're just going to
Okay.
let that cook
We're gonna
slow.
put that up front
Very
there.
low heat. And the beans will be done when our pork is done.
Okay.
We got a hot saute pan right here.
Yep.
That we're going to go. Again, a little more blended olive oil in the
Blended
pan.
olive oil. I can do that one. There we go. And what is blended olive oil?
Blended
What are
olive
the
oil
blends?
is 75% pure olive oil and 25% canola oil.
Mm-hmm.
The olive oil gives you the great flavor, and the canola oil will raise the temperature up so you can cook at high heat.
Okay.
And that. We also have some pork that we've cooked off. This is a pork shoulder, bone-in shoulder. And we're just going to take a couple slices off that.
Okay.
You can just slice right down.
Just right down?
Yeah, about a 1/4 inch.
Thick slice or thin slice?
About there. Yeah,
okay.
About a 1/4 inch. Okay.
Okay.
And just go ahead and throw that right into your beans.
Just whole?
That's whole.
Don't
like
cube it up?
Nope, it's already
All
cooked.
right.
We're just going to throw that in there. And now we're just going to let that all cook together.
Alrighty.
Perfect. Now you got your pork chop.
Yeah,
you want to go ahead and
pork chop?
Yeah, you want to go ahead and pull that. Now you want to season it good, salt and pepper.
Ah, a little bit of salt and pepper. Okay.
And
liberal?
yes, most
right.
definitely.
Okay.
Both sides. Great.
Well, for that side and that side, I'm
Right.
never sure which one's luck.
I think it's your
So
right
I
side.
try a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I try to even out is what I try to do. A little good luck, a little bad luck is what I try. All right, a little pepper.
Both sides. There you go.
All right.
Fantastic. And
Now this is something we can get at the Mimosa Grill, right?
you definitely can.
All right.
We use all Niman Ranch pork products. Again, organically raised. But the great thing about Niman Ranch, Tom, is that they came into North Carolina and took over the tobacco farmers who were going out of business and taught them how to be pork producers.
Oh, okay.
As long you want to go away from you.
Okay.
There you go. And that's it. You want this to just go ahead and sear.
Okay.
And we're going to probably sear this on 3 to 4 minutes on each side.
Okay.
And then we'll put it in the oven and cook it from that point. Our beans are cooking nice and slow and reducing down. Our pork chop's going to sear. You're going to get this natural caramelization.
Okay.
And really, the great thing about Niman Ranch is that it's organically raised.
Yeah.
It's what hogs are supposed to eat.
Okay.
And not force-fed or anything.
Well, when we come back, we're going to learn how to make some Chow Chow. And Carolina Cooking continues. And do we have to stir this?
You can find the secret recipes of the best chefs in the Carolinas, all in one book, the Carolina Cooking Cookbook. Find the Carolina Cooking Cookbook in Amazon.com and our website, carolinacooking.tv.
Welcome back to Carolina Cooking. I'm here with Tom Condren from Mimosa Grill, and we are making the biggest pork chop I've ever seen. It is nice and brown here on both sides. And what do we have to do with it now?
Well, now we're going to just throw some fresh thyme in there.
Okay.
And then throw it into the oven.
Do we have to take the leaves off? Or?
Nope, just throw it in whole.
So just sprinkle that
It's
around.
just going to give it some good
and
aromatics.
Put it in the oven? Alrighty.
Okay,
if you
we
want to grab it, I'll
Okay.
open the door for us. All right. And how long are we putting that in for?
Probably from anywhere from 8 to 12 minutes.
Okay.
We're looking for a little bit over medium.
8 to 12. How much time?
8 to 12 minutes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
12
8 to
minutes.
12 minutes. What the
About a
temperature?
bunch of time.
And what temperature?
375
That
degrees.
was the question I was looking for. Alrighty, great. We still see our ham hock is up front, just bubbling away in our beans. And now what are we making?
We're going to make the Chow Chow.
Chow Chow.
Right.
I've never made a Chow Chow. Where does Chow Chow come
Well,
from?
Chow Chow is an English way of pickling vegetables.
Okay.
And the South really embraced it, and it's utilizing all the great farmer vegetables that are out there.
So all this is going into it?
Correct. We have sweet corn,
Sweet corn,
red peppers,
red peppers,
yellow peppers,
yellow peppers,
onions, and little poblano peppers to give a little bit of a heat.
Okay.
Poblano peppers, not too spicy, but
Okay.
good flavor and just a little spice to
and
it.
these are?
Scallions at the end.
Okay.
And then we're going to add a little bay leaves, and we got vinegar, water, and sugar
All
to
right.
finish the.
Well, where do I begin? What do I throw in first?
First of all, water. Just go
Water?
ahead and throw your
I
water
can
in
do
there.
water.
It's
Have we
hot,
heated
so, yep, we've heated the pan, so
it's hot, so
careful.
be careful.
There you go.
Alrighty.
And now your vinegar.
Now the vinegar, all this?
All that.
This is vinegar right here.
It
What
is
kind of
just
vinegar?
a white vinegar, white
Okay.
distilled vinegar. That's it. Okay.
All right.
Now you're going to add the sugar.
We have
Now,
a big ton of sugar here.
It
How much
is.
sugar are we using?
all of it.
All of
Yeah,
it. What
this
is
is
this?
about 5 cups.
5 cups. Okay. And so
Yep.
I'm going to use this spoon right here. Is it
Okay.
okay to
Yep.
use this spoon?
Yep. Just go ahead and dump it all in there.
Okay. Woo!
And now you just want to keep stirring this until the sugar dissolves.
Wow, that's an interesting smell. I'm really getting the vinegar right now. Woo! All right, opening me up
Right. Just keep
Okay.
stirring until the sugar then.
until
This
the
is
sugar
a,
all
right.
sugars away, dissolves, reduces.
Exactly.
What are we calling it?
Evaporates.
Evaporates.
Time.
Okay.
And what's going to end up happening is
We should have goggles for this, really.
the way you stir. Yes. most
Vinegar
definitely.
strong.
And the great thing about Chow Chow is Chow Chow lasts forever. You
Yeah.
make Chow Chow, you can can it. You know,
Okay.
you can put it into your preserve it. It's a great thing to have with all type of meat dishes, on seafood. Just a little bit. You know, it's a good. You know, sweet and sour.
Okay.
type of thing. You know, the vinegar gives you the sour, the sugar gives you the sweetness.
Yep.
That's great. Now what we're going to do is go ahead and add all your vegetables to this.
All my vegetables to
Right.
this. Okay, so where do you want me to begin? With the
corn.
sweet corn?
Corn's fine.
Sweet
Yep.
corn right here. And that goes in. That's like
Yep. All of it.
all right.
Great.
Sweet corn.
And then about half your peppers, both of you, half your red, half your yellow, and half the green.
Half my reds.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Yep.
Right.
Half my yellows.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then
Ooh, that
your
is
onion.
pretty. If nothing else, that's pretty, right?
It is. And then your onions. Yep.
Onions, all of them, or just?
Yeah, all the onions.
All right. Onions, and then my green. What are these? Poblano.
The poblano peppers,
Yep,
correct?
they go in too?
Right.
Okay.
So just
Green
stir that around a
poblano.
little bit.
All right.
So you can add all those.
And poblano's kind of like all of them. Okay.
Yep.
Poblano's like a
It's-
jalapeno, or more like a green pepper.
More like a green pepper. It has
Okay.
a little more heat than a regular bell pepper.
Alrighty.
Bay leaves.
Bay leaves up here. How many?
Yeah, about 4 bay leaves.
4 bay leaves. Okay.
And just throw those in whole.
1, 2, 3. One more. 4 and.
And that's it. And then we're just going
Okay.
to let that cook. It's going to take about anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes
Okay.
until it cooks.
Alrighty.
And then that's it. And then you got your sweet chow chow.
And we've made a chow chow, and that just
Right.
reduces down. Okay.
Correct.
Well, that's fantastic. And then we have to go ahead and we're going to check on our pork.
Yep, we'll check our pork, and then we need to get a lemon and
Okay.
slice a lemon in half.
Alrighty.
I'll check the pork.
Yep. Okay.
And what we're looking for, pork, is probably a little over medium. You know, pork is something that you don't have to cook mid-well and well
Okay.
done any longer.
Alrighty.
You know, but it's got good and caramelized.
Yeah.
Got a good crust to it. It's going to be just great.
Okay.
And we're looking at probably right now, if you could touch it, you know, knowing that it's going to be a little
Stiff, yeah.
stiff, you know, when it first comes out because it's hot.
Okay.
But we're very, very close. We're going to put this in the oven probably another 3 minutes
Okay.
and we're done.
Alrighty. Well, that's fantastic. And our chow chow is going on the stove.
Okay.
Pork is in the oven. Alrighty. And so when we come back, we are going to be talking to Aris Regazeus and find out which wine he's paired with this. And we're also going to be finishing up a little garnished salad for our pork chop when Carolina Cooking continues.
You're just going to slice that in half. We're going to squeeze a little bit of it.
Oh, okay.
You can find the secret recipes of the best chefs in the Carolinas, all in one book, the Carolina Cooking Cookbook. Find the Carolina Cooking Cookbook in Amazon.com and our website, carolinacooking.tv.
Hi, welcome back to Carolina Cooking. I'm here with Executive Chef Tom Condren, and we just pulled our pork out of the oven.
We do. It's nice and cooked, a little over medium.
Okay.
Perfect. Nice and caramelized. Beautiful.
That does look beautiful. How about our chow chow here?
Chow chow's done. We just have a few more steps to go. But
Okay.
instead of doing chow chow, we're going to go ahead and finish up our microgreens. These
Oh.
are baby microgreens. All we're going
Okay.
to toss in this is a little bit of fresh extra virgin olive oil.
Okay, and these are for right here on top for
Exactly.
our little
Just
garnish.
It's garnish, but
Okay.
you know it's more than a garnish. It's a nice little bite to it.
Oh, okay.
And that stuff.
All right, and these are microgreens.
Micro
mustard
greens, yeah.
I gotcha.
You know, in the South, we'll cook greens very low and slow.
Yeah.
This is just, you know, kind of taking the mustard greens and just, you know, livening it up, you know, making it a little more fresher.
So you said olive oil, right?
A little bit of extra virgin olive oil.
Okay. There
Pour
we
that
go.
over top. You want to
All
take a
right.
lemon, slice a lemon in
Lemon.
half,
Okay.
squeeze a little bit of lemon juice on there,
All righty.
and
Just put half of it in here.
yeah, squeeze a little
All
half.
right. Oop.
Whoop.
In. You want the lemon actually in.
Correct.
Okay. all
Salt
right.
and pepper, and you're done
Okay.
with that.
Salt. Bloop.
And pepper.
Reaching. Pepper.
Okay, that's great.
Okay.
And then we're just going to mix
And then
that a
just
little
a
bit.
little
Then we'll go ahead and
toss
go
here.
back and finish our chow chow.
Okay.
And this is our last step that we have to do with
All
chow
righty.
chow.
So what do we need?
Scallions.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Scallions.
Little scallions in there.
Uh-huh.
Then you want to get the parsley right there, and go ahead and just rough chop your parsley up, stem and all.
Okay. Rough. Chop it up. Chop it up. Ah, I like that. I can do that.
That's perfect right there.
Okay.
Great. Then go ahead and add that to it.
Alrighty. And what else?
And then you can take the other half of lemon juice that you have, and you're going to squeeze that in here as well.
If you'll do me a favor and squeeze the lemon juice in there,
will.
I'll talk to Aris and find out which wine he has paired with our recipe.
Great.
Hello there, Aris. Good to see you again.
Tom?
We are making the biggest darn pork chop you ever done seen. Pork and beans, the fanciest pork and beans ever. What did you pick?
I picked a wine from southern France.
Okay.
The winery is Col des Vents, and the region is Corbière.
Corbière. And what is the wine? What kind of wine is this?
These wines are based, at least in this region, on the Syrah grape.
Okay.
But they're not all Syrah. They have some of the more traditional grapes in there from the region, some Carignan, some Grenache. So they're typically blends, but Syrah has turned out to be the wine for the region.
Oh, okay.
And this is a very interesting region because it's basically undergone a renaissance.
Okay.
The general Languedoc region used to be known as the wine lake. They made, tons of fairly insignificant wine. Insignificant
Okay.
wine.
Right.
It was a lot of it went to the distilleries.
Huh.
But in recent years, they have sincerely upgraded, that
okay.
is.
Alrighty.
And what you have here is some of the best values you'll find in rich, robust red wines.
Oh, really? Well, I like a good value.
Yes, everybody does.
Especially when you got to buy a pork chop that big.
Well,
Yeah.
with pork, I like wines that are very ripe and juicy. A lot of fruit.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of fruit in
This
here.
thing comes right out at you with loads of fruit. There's going to be enough tannin in there to cut through the fattiness of the pork, but not so much to make it an astringent wine.
Now, what did they do to upgrade? What did they do to make the big change?
Mostly yields.
Okay.
They used to grow 10, 20 tons to the acre.
Okay.
They severely pruned the vineyards. They're only getting the normal 3 to 4 tons to the acre.
Oh, okay.
And the less you take off of the vine, the more energy the vine can give to the fruit and the more concentrated the flavors. They also upgraded the quality of the vines grown there.
How did they do that?
They just grafted over different grape varieties.
Oh, okay.
It was mostly only Carignan, which was, it did not make the best wine. So they kept some of the better Carignan vines and planted Syrah and a lot of the other vines that come from the northern and southern Rhone Valley.
Okay. Well, I got to get back. I got to check on my dish there, on my big pork chop and my Chow Chow when Carolina Cooking continues.
Ripe fruit. It's got a nice little.
You can find the secret recipes of the best chefs in the Carolinas, all in one book, the Carolina Cooking Cookbook. Find the Carolina Cooking Cookbook in Amazon.com and our website, carolinacooking.tv.
Welcome back to Carolina Cooking. Well, as you can see, Chow Chow all done, and now we are ready to just finish up the sauce and put everything all on the plate, right?
Correct.
Okay, so what do we have to do to finish up the sauce?
Take off the ham hock and take our pork out of the beans. We're
Okay.
going to go ahead and strain our beans.
So ham hock out.
Okay. You can just put that to the side.
Alrighty, set the ham hock right there.
Okay. And then you want to take
Okay.
out the meat, pork that we cut.
The ham, the slice
Yep.
of ham that we have there.
Okay. Just put that on the
Okay.
cutting board. And then go ahead and take the beans and strain the beans through the colander here.
Through the colander, okay. And what are we doing the ham hock? It doesn't go out, it just
you-
added flavor there?
Correct. You could take
Okay.
it and cut it up if you wanted
Okay.
to, but we have so much pork into this. And,
So, we're everybody out, okay?
okay. And then we'll put that to the side. Just got to give that a little shake. Okay. And then let's
Okay.
go ahead and pour the sauce into here.
Oh, okay. Sauce in there. All right.
Okay.
And
And then what we're going to do there is going to take
put
a little bit of butter.
flame on that, a
Yep.
little bit of the butter here up
Right.
front, okay.
Just one little pat of butter. That's all we need.
Pat.
And then
Drop
that's it.
that in.
And we're going to whisk that around.
Okay.
We're going to take our beans and put our beans, if I may.
Oh, sure,
Put our
sure.
beans right here. And then I need you to go ahead and cut up the pork.
Okay. And you just want
Just
to
dice it up.
dice it up, okay.
While you're doing that, I'll stir the...
Bite-sized dices,
You can chop it up well. Just give it a couple good whacks
okay.
with a knife.
Even like the stuff that's kind of,
Yeah.
okay.
And go ahead
All
and
the
just...
gooey stuff?
Yep, just
All
place
right.
that into your beans.
Oh, okay.
Stir
right.
that around.
Look at that. Fancy pork and beans. Fanciest pork and beans I ever done made.
Give it a stir. Give it
All
a
right.
taste.
Okay. Stir.
And I'm going to...
And all we're doing there is just melting the butter in?
That's it. Just melting the butter,
Okay.
just enriching the sauce a little bit. Right.
Much better than the stuff that comes in the can.
I-
I got to tell you.
I must
I know
admit
that.
that-
I know you're like, wow, that's a great compliment. Thanks a lot, Tom. So.
And we're going to
very
take out
good.
the thyme and the little bay leaves
Okay.
that's in there.
Alrighty.
And then just if you go ahead and put a little bit on the plate.
Oh, okay. All right. So we have our plate here. Put a little pork and bean action.
Right in
on
the
plate.
center. Mound it up.
Okay. That smells incredible. Look at that.
That's perfect.
Okay.
And then I'll go ahead and take the pork.
Pork chop.
Put the pork chop right on top.
Alrighty.
And then what you want to do is take a little bit of sauce with a spoon
Okay.
and just ladle that over the pork and around it.
over the pork and around it. I can do that. Swass. Ooh. All
And
right.
just a little around the plate.
Okay. On the plate.
Just let it fall where it does. And then take a little of the Chow Chow
Okay.
with a spoon. Here's a spoon.
Thank you very much.
And then just put a good old heaping on top of the pork.
Okay.
This is going to give it a nice sweetness, a little sour to it.
Stay up there,
Perfect.
boys. Stay up. Stay, boy.
Garnish it with the microgreens.
Micro
mustard
salad
greens.
made here. Alrighty. Woo!
And that's
Look
it.
at that. Wow. That looks good. Well, let me get you a glass of wine here. A little red that Era suggested for us. And I'm going to go ahead and take a taste of our
you.
pork and make sure, just to check to see if it is good as it smells. As I'm sawing away, if you want to find out more about our recipe here, our pork chops, if you want to find out more about our wine, or if you would like to find out more about our chef, oh, that is very good. Or the restaurant, Mimosa Grill, visit us at www.carolinacooking.tv. I'm Tom Zelenka, and that's Carolina Cooking.
Cheers.
Go to carolinacooking.tv for the recipes featured on this show. Plus, on carolinacooking.tv, you'll find more information on the wines, chefs, and foods of Carolina Cooking. That's carolinacooking.tv.
Carolina Cooking is filmed on location in 700 Kitchen Cooking School at the Mansion on Forsyth Park Hotel in Savannah, Georgia. For details on their hands-on cooking classes, call 888-711-5114 to book a class.